Hi, welcome back to Conversion Conversations, where today I wanted to take a step back in time, going back to 2011, and talk about the first Transformers toy I bought as an adult when I got back into collecting. My first Transformer ever was G2 Megatron. I remember that when I was little. I got into Beast Wars, and then I kind of fell out of Transformers until I got into engineering again, and I was curious about how the toys worked. I went to a Walmart, saw this lovely green truck in a package on the toy aisle, picked him up, fiddled with him, transformed him, and kind of fell back into the hobby all over again. And Kup is a terrific deluxe. At the time, I believe these guys were going for $13 or $15. Maybe it's closer to $15. But if you look online now on eBay for a Generations Kup, this toy goes for like $13 online. And he is, at the time, there were no sublines in Generations. Everything was very Earth mode centric. He's a pickup truck, right? Like a very Earth modey pickup truck. He kind of looks like one of the old fashioned trucks. I like the curve he's got up front. I really like just the style, the cab, the bed. The thing that got me curious once I got him open is on his truck bed, if you get one in hand and you feel it, they did a matte paint finish on that bed to give it that grainy texture that truck beds have so things don't get scratched up. As a truck, he's got a working tailgate, which I really dig. I like that a lot. And he also has, he's a robot in disguise. He has his weapon entirely hidden. If you look from the back here, you got kind of an oddly painted tailgate on his double tailgates, but you flip him over, and there is his rifle all pegged in right here and slid in back here, which I really, really like. But yeah, as a truck, he's just a great deluxe car bot. Like, he rolls really well. I love, at the time they were doing there was a different design focus. You'll notice he's got like molded in headlights here, things picked out with paint that for a while we didn't see until recently in the Siege line again. Same on the bumper. This is transformation, so this didn't get any paint. But then again, he's got molded taillights, and those like extra plastic pieces they use on details, though that doesn't really happen anymore as far as I can see. But yeah, he is just a great looking truck. And if you happen to have Titan Masters, and I know they didn't come out for another like 6 years after, but while he doesn't scale with them perfectly well, they can, stand in that truck bed just fine. Ooh, back here, no problem. They can pose with that tailgate just fine. It's details that this deluxe vehicle did not need that just kind of keep it fresh for me, even though it's been almost a decade now. His gun, which I just took off, it's got a C clip right here. You can clip that in up top. And at the time, I don't think there were any figures to take advantage of it. But now, if you want kind of a mounted gun position for a Titan Master, they can absolutely do that. And you can move that gun wherever you want. But yeah, like I said, he is just a terrific looking vehicle mode. And we can compare him to some other Kups to kind of get a comparison. So here we've got Generations Kup in his Earth mode truck. We've got Titan's Return Kup in a very toy-centric G1 color scheme. And this is the G1 Kup truck, absolutely. So that's what you're going for. You can find that online. Kup is definitely a little bigger. Like, he's a little longer. He's definitely a little heftier. I do like this toy. I've got it. I like it so much that I got the Takara version also, so you can see all three. I even got the Orion Pax version. I kind of use them as generic vehicles. None of them have their original heads hanging out with them. They're somewhere else in my collection on display, and these are just kind of trucks and trans-tector bodies and all sorts of stuff. For me, as a character, this Kup is the Kup that I know and love. And let's go ahead and get into transformation. So to start out, we'll take his truck bed, we'll fold the tailgate out, fold everything else out, and you can see he's got some big old stomping feet. Let me go ahead and lift this up. I know we're going to need it. Then we can come in. This, you can probably see, the panel lines right here. It's connected in kind of a tabs here, here, and here. And you kind of just want to work them loose. And I start by splitting kind of the cab in half. And that lets me get enough clearance to get this tab undone on each side, like so. And then you can come back in at the wheel well and get this tab undone. And once that tab is free, the whole arm assembly kind of pops out and gets out of the way. And you kind of want to take these joints here and move them out of the way, get the wheels out of the way. You just got a lot more clearance to work with now. Then you can come in on the back again, now that he's split, fold him kind of at the waist and split his legs. There we go. And then each of these pieces where the truck bed connected to the cab, you can fold those up to get a little clearance. And then this side piece folds in on each side, like so. And then you can fold them back down. And I thought this was a very clever way to get his kind of knee and shin details that you're familiar with and fill out that mass that was missing from his truck bed once you flipped the feet out. I really like that bit of design detail. Then we can come back in up top with his arms out of the way. If we take his cab and we bend it away from the grill, his hood pops free. There we go. Fold, there's a two hinge bracket back here that we can fold the cab and hood away, fold the cab or the hood piece down, and then take the whole assembly and we're going to flip it 180. And as this is happening, this is a cool bit of auto formation I really like. His hood kind of squares off like that in alt mode, and then once you get that mass piece out of the way, the springs in this system compress everything down, and you get that like IDW Kup look, which I really, really like. The entire backpack piece can come all the way down, and all that's really left is the shoulders. And the elbows are a little awkward on this guy. What I like to do is fold these, or not fold, twist these panels 180 degrees. It extends past his wrist a little bit, but for some reason, I think that looks better on him than the other way around. And yeah, that basically is Kup, and he looks, again, he just looks terrific. He's, actually, one thing I forgot is these shoulder pieces. They don't really lock anywhere. You just got to kind of push them up into where the headlights are to get his shoulders looking correct. And yeah, so he is a little awkward in his arm posability, but to me, he is just a terrific looking Kup. He's got a great head sculpt. That is an ancient looking Kup. It very much reminds me of the art from the Kup one-shot in IDW, where he's like crazy on the planet and there's Autobots trying to rescue him, and he's delusional and he keeps murdering them. Like, that was just, that's the character that I think of when I think of this Kup. I love his silhouette. I love, again, the way his abdomen compressed. I love his big old stomping boots. Like, even from the back, there's a minimal backpack, and really this backpack is entirely functional. If you want, you can C-clip his rifle. Ooh. There we go. And like all sorts of other weapons, and it totally works as a backpack, which I really, really like. And yeah, just all around, just a cool looking figure. And it's pretty posable too. The head can rock up and down. You've got, your ball joint there. The arms, they're a little awkward, but you can move the wheels out of the way wherever you want, and the arms can go full 360. They can go out 90. You get a good elbow curl there. Like, if you look at it, that is plenty of elbow curl there. The waist doesn't move because of the transformation, but the hips, they can go out pretty far. You get the full Van Damme right there. You get almost a 90-degree knee, not quite. And then you do get rockers on your feet, and because of transformation, those toes are super posable to get him in all sorts of modes. And, he's got his wrists, and with his wrist and his arm and his elbow, there's just enough articulation to get this gun aimed kind of wherever you want it, which on a two-handed kind of rifle weapon like this, it is very, very much appreciated. And yeah, that's Kup. He's terrific. Like I said, I'm nostalgic for him. He's not the G1 toy, but I never had that much attachment to the G1 character. I just like this toy in particular for what it means to me personally, and what like it got me excited about Transformers again. This was just a truck, like a very well disguised truck that if a 6-year-old me picked it up, I wouldn't really recognize that it could turn into a robot. And it does, and it turns into a great robot. Yeah, he's got some panels, yeah, he's got the wheels. I know people complain about the previous mold like that, but all around, this guy is just very, very precious to me. But yeah, that is Generations Kup, and he is terrific. I guess let me do a quick comparison with the Titans Return guys. So here is Titans Return Kup all G1-y, and here is Takara Legends Kup all G1 cartoony. And yeah, any of them are a great Kup, but this center one is very, very special to me. And he's, like I said, online, he's like $13. He might be cheaper than he was back in the day, but I think it's a terrific toy to play with. And I know it was also repainted and remolded as, I think there was a swerve, like a GDO swerve, and then I believe a Generation 2 hoist, was it? In a TFCon, or not TFCon, BotCon box set, along with another repaint that was like gold, but I don't remember that character. Electrum, like was it a hoist and an Electrum, or a Trailbreaker and an Electrum or something? But yeah, it's a really cool mold. I like the transformation a lot. If you've never checked out kind of that early 2010s Generations line, I think there's a lot of good there. And because everyone wants G1 stuff, and that's not as G1 referential, I think maybe it's cheaper to find some of that stuff on eBay now. But yeah, terrific toy. Thanks for letting me gush about it. Hope you check it out at some point, and I will catch you all next week.